Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you have not yet signed up for my Aquarian astrology course, you can now do so. Registration is open. Module 1 is available. The replay has been uploaded onto the student portal. All you have to do is click the link in the description to sign up for the class. It's a 2-hour and 38-minute class with handouts that you can print out, teaching you all about the basics of astrology. And I will be working on Module 2, which we will do in June. Also, if you have not signed up for my newsletter, please sign up for my newsletter. The link is also in the description of this video. When you do sign up, you will get my free moon astrology guide, giving you all of the information about what the moon is doing for the week, what sign the moon is in, what energy the moon will be in, and how that's going to be affecting us, along with the aspects that are happening in any major transits as well. I also release beyond that moon magic report once a week. I release retrograde emails to let you know what the retrogrades mean and how they're going to affecting you in regards to your sun sign and your rising sign. And that leads us right into this pick a card reading, which is all about Saturn retrograde, which is beginning today and going all the way until December 17th of 2020. So it's a pretty long transit. And these Saturn transits are a moment of reflection. All retrogrades are moments of reflection, but this Saturn retrograde is important because we have gone through so much in regards to Saturn. We had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at the beginning of the year, and now Saturn has moved into Aquarius for a little bit. Now he's going to go retrograde and retrograde back into Capricorn and then go direct. And then when he comes back into Aquarius, however, on December 21st of 2020, he will be conjunct Jupiter at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And so it's a significant retrograde because of the fact that he will be going back into his home sign, and then back into Aquarius. Now, what this means for us is that he is the activator of a lot of the changes, the structural shifts that are happening right now. He's also the one in control of the restrictions that are going on for us right now. We are being restricted as people to interact with each other, to be social with each other, the social distancing thing. And so that can be seen in Saturn in Aquarius. And so we've gotten this taste, this little moment to see what it feels like if we're not in control of ourselves, what's going to happen. And so the retrograde going back into Capricorn is going to help us revisit what has changed, what has shifted, what has fallen away, which new structures are going to be rebuilt and which ones are not going to work. And how are we going to determine that? And a lot of it has to do with us stepping back into our power, taking our power back. And as a human race, as people in this world, making sure that we decide how it's going to work. But we will have to do things differently for sure. Things will not be going back to normal the way that we expect them to, or that the way that they have been since before 2020 started. So we better start getting used to the shift, and we better start taking control of how this is going to look like for us in our daily lives. Otherwise, it will be completely controlled by outside forces, and that's not going to be pretty. So this pick a card reading will give you insight into how this retrograde is going to affect you. And I've also released a email newsletter letting you know more information about how this is affecting your sun sign and your rising sign. So if you are in the newsletter, you should be getting this email today as well. So take a look at these piles. We've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Which one calls you the most? Pick that one, and let's get started with the readings. These are your cards. Pile number 1, the theme for you is this Jupiter card of abundance, and we've got the 4 tarot, perspective, serenity, page of crystals, and also the 10 of wands. So what does Jupiter represent? If this is the theme for you, Jupiter represents expansion. Jupiter rules the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is all about exploring. It's about going and searching for answers. So I feel like this retrograde for you will be an opportunity for you to discover more knowledge and more things about yourself, and also about receiving information that's out there that you may not have been able to receive if you had not been searching for it. And the information will come, but you have to actually go search for it. And that is the theme for you. There is expansion energy here, because Jupiter does expand, and he brings a lot of optimism and he brings abundance into our lives. But we are the ones that have to go find the information. So you have to make an effort during this retrograde to go discover the truth for you, to go study, to educate yourself. These are important things that you're going to need to do, because this information you're actually going to need to know for the future. You are gaining a new perspective in life. You are finding more serenity during this time. You will also bring in, wealth in terms of so much wealth, not necessarily financially, but in terms of being able to share it with other people. The Jupiter brings in that wealth, and the Page of Crystals is the one that gives it out, that shares it. So what you need to be careful of is feeling overburdened, because the Ten of Wands is about feeling the pressure from life trying to crack you, and you've had this pressure because you've felt like you've had to do all this yourself, or you may have actually been forced with having to do a lot of things yourself. But in order to get rid of this pressure, you have to learn how to maneuver this energy. Let's see what else comes up for you. We have all paths lead to home. I love that, because that shows you that no matter where you go searching for the energy, if you follow your intuition, it will lead you right back to your heart. Because what is home? Home is where the heart is, right? Now we've got also Hera F, who is longing for home, homesick for the stars. That is a card that says, when you feel like you're not home, and this is interesting because a lot of us are we're quarantined and we're forced to be home right now, but some of us don't really feel like we're home. Why is that? Is it the relationships around us? Is it we're not where we actually wanted to be? Are we being faced with the truth right now that we didn't really want to face until we're stuck at home having to face it? Those kind of things. And so you may be longing for a home because you don't feel home right now. Next card is Empathic Starseed. And what this says to me is you have to be careful with setting healthy boundaries, because if you're a sensitive person, if you're empathic, and empathic means that you can feel what other people are feeling, you can sense what other people are sensing, it makes you really vulnerable and sensitive to those around you. So if you're really not in the right place, you're going to feel really awful. And that might be where the Ten of Wands energy is coming from. You're being burdened by something that's not really yours to carry. This is a beautiful card, the card of I'm sorry. Let me move these here so make sure they all fit on the screen. But the card of I'm sorry. I think what needs to happen here is you need to find forgiveness for yourself. You need to forgive yourself for not getting on, the train sooner. We're not getting on the chariot sooner, because you were just doing what you thought was best for yourself. But now it's time to take that action, but it won't come unless you go find the answers. If you go find the information. This is a moment, a time for you to surrender to the flow of the universe, to surrender to the divine, to let your intuition guide you. This is full moon energy, which means this is a completion period for you. It will culminate at the end of the retrograde. So if you're able to stay on the path of expansion, which means going out there and not necessarily out there, but we have the internet, right? So going out there in the internet world, and finding more knowledge or taking a course or some kind of higher education will help you to navigate through, the chaos in a sense. This is a time for you to release what does not serve you. The leaves that are falling off the tree give us that sensation of it's time to let go, because what doesn't serve you, if you hold on to it, this is also the Ten of Wands. It's like letting go of the Ten of Wands that you're carrying on your back that is overburdening you. When you let go, you will feel so much freer, and you'll be ready to actually take an even deeper dive or change even more strongly in your life. And the change is represented by this card of solar eclipse, which is all about revolution. This energy will, this retrograde will culminate in a very powerful event for you near December of 2020. It's going to feel like a lot has changed between now and then for you in your life. It'll feel like there's been a revolution for you. So just be ready and arm yourself with the tools, which in this case is leading you towards finding more knowledge. So if there's something that you've been wanting to learn, this is the time to do it. I hope this reading resonated for you. Let me know in the comments if it did, and I will see you again next time. Satnam. Pile number 2, these are your cards. We begin your reading with the Taurus card of I have material possessions, the material world, and also finances related to the second house in astrology. But this is your theme for this retrograde. And you've got these 4 tarot cards, the Hierophant, the Temperance card, the 3 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups, which add to this message. So the theme for you is, when you think of Taurus, you think of the bull, you think of a very stubborn, sometimes the energy is like it stays put and doesn't want to move. I'm feeling like you're feeling a little bit held. You're feeling a little bit stuck. And so you're going to have to use this retrograde as an opportunity to find ways to free yourself. When you think of the Hierophant, you think of someone who is able to take a moment, not act, not act instantly, but to actually take their time, because they actually have taken their time to learn whatever skill they have or the magic that they're able to use and perform. You see this person in this card has the magic ball of light in her hand. But the Hierophant is the connection to the infinite, the divine. You're going to have to find this connection in order to find your way out of the maybe funk that you're feeling. The other theme, or the other thing that this Taurus card can represent, is you are building something right now. You're in the building phase of something. And if that's the case, if that's what you're experiencing right now, then this is going to be a time for you to receive those messages through the Hierophant of what needs to be done next. What are the next steps? Taurus likes to commit to something. And so this is a time for you to commit, whether you are working on finding ways to release the stuck energy, or whether you are finding, new ways to commit to a real path for your life. Either way, you are finding your way during this retrograde, and you're doing it by connecting to your higher self, connecting to God's source energy. The Temperance card is nice because she brings in balance into your life. She shows you there's balance here. Like, you can find the balance even if you feel like you're not balanced right now. But as you find balance, you begin to heal. And what I see you doing with the 3 of Wands, I see you sitting here and observing and looking out into the distance and thinking, I'm ready to make some plans. I'm ready to get things moving. I'm ready to do something. But you see that bigger perspective, and that's what this retrograde is going to help you do, is to see the bigger picture of why everything in your life is happening the way it's happening. With the 2 of Cups, this is a beginning, a love's beginning. Maybe there's a romantic relationship on the horizon. Maybe it's some more balance. Maybe it's like reuniting with someone that you haven't seen in a while. That's what that card can represent. When we get to these Star Child or Starseed Oracle cards, you get the Golden Children, Star Bathing, Wait, and Whale and Orca Elders. These are really beautiful cards. In the first card, the Golden Children, I see you as this inner child. I see you healing the inner child within you. And the inner child, sometimes we feel, this brings up that Taurus stubbornness again. Sometimes we resist the change because we're not sure where it's going to take us, and it's a little bit scary to move beyond our comfort zone. But the Golden Children is part of who you are. You are part of this, energy, these beings that came here to give of their light to the world. You might even be guiding, golden children through the world right now. And that's a pretty big kind of, not a burden to bear, but it's definitely a big responsibility. And Saturn is all about responsibility. But you are part of this energy. And so you have this ability to connect to the truth. And the way that you do that is by, the next card says star bathing. You need to listen to the voice of the universe. You need to listen to the stars. I would recommend some kind of meditation, something that helps you align your chakras and get you centered to actually be able to receive messages from the beyond. And the weight card is about, right now, that's very, I guess it seems a little Taurusy to me too. This is not a time to move forward, right? It's a retrograde. It's a time for you to retreat and wait. And you're going to have to wait this period out, whether you like it or not. And I think that's the frustration that you're feeling. The next card, the whale and the orca elders. You're not alone during this journey. You have a lot of spirit guides, angels, and teachers surrounding you and giving you knowledge and wisdom and guidance as to what steps to take next. And I was feeling intuitively that you're kind of going through a hard time because you got this full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You have to trust and you got to have faith. This is also the time of stillness for you, which we see also in the weight card and also a little bit in the Hierophant. But if you find the stillness, or in the stillness, you will find the answers. And the last card is the Mercury retrograde card, which is all about reinventing yourself. This is a time to reinvent yourself. This is a time to tune in to source energy that lives within you. When you do this, when you find that stillness, you will feel the end of that tough cycle ending, finishing, and a new cycle beginning. Maybe even a cycle in love, in relationships, and something that you weren't expecting. But you will be finding more balance in your life through this retrograde by the end of, towards the end of December. I hope this gives you some insight. Let me know in the comments below how this resonated with you, and I will see you guys next time. Sat Nam. These are your cards, pile number 3. We begin your reading with the Sun card. This is the theme for you, and then you've got these 4 tarot cards that continue giving you a message. You've got the Queen of Wands, the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and also the 6 of Crystals. So the Sun card this represents your soul, but the interesting thing about the Sun is that this is what you're becoming. During this retrograde, you're going to be doing the work of becoming your best self, of awakening to your inner truth, of listening to your soul and finding your purpose in life and feeling like you're at your best. But you have to go through the retrograde in order to get to this point in life. Part of the lesson, or part of what is needed for this to happen and to evolve and to continue to flourish, is you have to, like the Queen of Wands, master your desire. What is it that you want? Because there is a message of love coming, and this is in the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is bringing you a message from the universe. And you will only receive the message by being like the High Priestess and listening to your intuition, paying attention to the ebbs and flows of your everyday life, listening to, if you have psychic abilities, or if you receive information in different ways using the different senses, the psychic senses. That's what you're going to need to be paying attention to, because that's where the information is going to be coming from. And you may be sharing everything, all of this abundance. I feel a lot of abundance coming to you, and I feel you sharing it out to the world through the 6 of Crystals. You've got Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. That very much is like the Sun card. This is what you're discovering this retrograde. You are being cracked open. Yes, that's not an easy thing, because when we're cracked open, we become more sensitive, we become more psychic, and that's why I can see the psychic, the high priestess is here, and the Page of Cups, because you're going to be receiving a lot of powerful messages. The universe wants you to just jump in, to trust, jump in, and go through the process. Just listen to your spirit guides, angels, teachers guiding you every moment of every day during this retrograde, because you're diving deep into a powerful transformation. And the Star Keeper card, this is the cosmic ancestor seeding the light by staying grounded. It's very important for you during this time to find ways to connect with Pachamama, to connect with the earth. Meditation, grounding meditations, chakra balancing meditations are going to be really good for you, because you are awakening in a way that you may not have expected, or maybe you have been feeling that this is something that's going to happen, or it's kind of lurking, but now you're going to really dive into that process. You're going to be cracked open, and you're going to be able to finally feel what is within you. What are you becoming, right? The egg cracks and you arrive. You're like the little chick that arrives. Later on becomes the eagle, right? Because you discover who you truly are. The new moon in Taurus is telling you that there's a lot of prosperity that lies ahead. And I feel like this prosperity is coming to you by way of you discovering who you truly are. This is a time to take risks. The red-tailed hawk on this card is also the messenger. So he also brings a message. So here's two messengers coming to you, the Page of Cups and the red-tailed hawk. So listen to the messages that are coming through, because they're going to be coming in very strongly. And then you get the moon card, which is really beautiful, because you find this balance between the sun card that you got as your theme and then this moon card. So this is your soul. It's who you're becoming. It's a process of becoming for you, of being cracked open and discovering who you are. And then at the end of the journey, finding yourself back to home, finding yourself back to your heart, back to your emotions, and understanding yourself at a completely deeper level. This is a very beautiful transit that you're going to be experiencing. I would love to know if you picked this pile in the comments below. And I hope that you have a good Saturn retrograde, and I will see you guys soon. Satnam. All right, pile number 4. This is a very strong message. Are you ready for it? You have to brace yourself for this one. You have Neptune as the theme. And then the 4 tarot cards that follow are the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Crystals, the 7 of Cups, and the Oppression card. Can you see where this is going? Well, if not, let me tell you. Neptune represents our dreams. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house, of the subconscious mind, of the mystical, of the hidden too, the things that we can't see, but we know they're there. We can feel them through our senses. Neptune is also the god of the sea. And so he rules this like abyss of the subconscious mind, that when things come up from the subconscious, dealing with them is not easy, because we have to allow ourselves to face things about ourselves that we fear, that we're scared, that we don't really want to accept. Now, this retrograde is going to be bringing up a lot of that for you. So it might not feel very flowy and happy, go lucky for you, but it is going to be very powerful, because this is something that is triggering you to heal once and for all. And what you're healing is this 10 of Swords energy. You have been dragged through the mud. You've suffered. You've experienced a difficult time. You are almost in this moment of not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel, because it's over. This phase of suffering and abuse and everything that you've dealt with is over. And that's the good news. And the next phase is a moment to begin a new journey of creating more abundance into your life. But there are certain things that you need to face that you may not want to face. And one of them is the 7 of Cups. All of the illusions in your life, all of the things that you tell yourself, all of those belief systems that are not serving you, that make you act in ways that are against your own best interest. You tell yourself these things. So it could mean that you're plagued with belief systems that are not even yours, with thoughts that don't come from you. People may be forcing their views on you, and it's time for you to wake up to that, because you see the Oppression card. It's like You hold the magic in your hands, but you can't see yourself. You can't see this magic that lies within you because it's completely fogged by the Seven of Cups. There's illusion, there's disenchantment here. And that's Neptune. Neptune can do two things. It can help you dive deep and see things that are hidden that maybe you didn't want to see, but now they're here. Now it's time to deal with them. But it can also do is make you want to escape. And so the illusions are part of your escape plan. But it is not okay to escape anymore. It is not. You need to face the truth of the Ten of Swords. It's over. And the only way to move from here is to let go of all of those belief systems that do not serve you, that are not yours, you need to start thinking for yourself more, basically. Stop letting other people control you. Be your own person. Heal. Fully heal. Step into healing. Earth School card. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. You came here on the planet. You chose to come here to learn. Right now you're going through a period where you have been misled. And you're waking up to that fact. You've been abused. You've been, you've suffered. You've been, fed BS, for lack of better expression. But you're waking up to this, and you're waking up that you're here for a reason, and that reason needs to get uncovered. But you got to take the veil. You got to remove the veil. This is a time of deep cellular healing for you. You need to let it go. You need to let it flow and dive into the healing. Remember that you are not alone during this time. You've got ancestors, spirit guides, angels, teachers. You got the love. Trust that the support is there for you during this intense time. And here's the most beautiful card, I think, of the whole deck that we're using here, which is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I remember. You are going to remember your soul plan. And you're going to move away, step away from the fated life into your destiny. And because of this remembering of your soul plan, the veil will lift. This is amazing, you guys. This is powerful. So, what's needed? You need to make adjustments in your life. The people around you, do you love being around them? Are these people that help you, your friends, everything? You got to look at all aspects of your life. What is not working needs to be released and let go. You need to make those adjustments to make this work for you. And as you do this, you're going to be stepping into leadership because you are a leader. Part of you remembering your soul plan is you're not supposed to be stuck in this, fog. You're supposed to be in a leadership role here. And this retrograde is going to help you do that. And Saturn is about leadership. He is the one in charge. He is that father figure. He is the responsible one. And that's where you need to be. Not where you're at, but where you are going and what you're becoming. And so this time is going to feel like a grand cross, a provoker. The energy is going to provoke you to take action, to truly heal, to remember who you are, to remember where you come from, to remember your soul plan, and to do some deep cellular healing for yourself and make some adjustments in your life. So good luck with this transit. Let me know if you pick this reading and how this resonates with what's actually going on in your life. And I wish you good luck, and I will see you again soon. Sat Nam.